rendezvous is past those hills in the distance. Just mind that village down there.
All right, lads. Hang on. Here we go.
Left flank. Capture tanks moving into the village.
Steady, lads. We're well behind Jerry's lines now. No way of knowing what we're up against.
That's a cheerful thought. Come on, lads. We've held together this long. Let's not fall apart now.
Bess has got us this far. And she'll get us all the way if we do it.
I'm impressed with those hits. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to World War I fun tank times. So last time we stole some spark plugs from stolen landships, so I guess reappropriated is the correct terms. And now we're driving through the village that we'd stealthed through previously. It's a neat little reuse of the territory. It's obviously daylight now. It's a little bit of fog. And, you know, it's time to just wreck shit up in a giant fuck-all tank. Why not? And one of the things we can wreck are infantry, because infantry are incredibly weak to tank when you can hit them. One of the things the Battlefield series does really well, and I think most people who've played it will agree, is it just gives you this feeling of power when you're in a vehicle like a tank or something like that. Because, well, let's face it, it's a huge force multiplier for your team if you're playing multiplayer. And we're going to back up a couple steps here. We don't want to get into a fight with 2 or 3 of these at a time. That's a bad idea.
Bastard!
Anyways, yeah, but it's this really powerful feeling driving a tank, and they did an amazing job of making it feel even more powerful in this game. Because, I mean, it's a very primal version of the tank. I mean, this is the first time we've ever seen a tank in any sort of capacity in war, is in World War I. And so it's like, you know, a lot of cobbled together stuff, but it's just very powerful, very dangerous. I can't see everyone, so I'm just going to shoot wildly to work out. That guy didn't last very long. And it's especially true in single player with that whole force multiplier, very powerful feeling thing I was mentioning. Because, well, these guys, you know, you're killing everything in one shot for the most part. And even the other tanks don't take that much damage before they go down. Now, they do take quite a bit more than other things. I just ran over somebody there. Actually, more likely, I just dropped some bricks on somebody. Hey. What I'm trying to do here is show off that you can actually disable their...
Keep us moving. Use cover where you can.
You can disable their guns, so he can't shoot at me for the time being. Which is good news, because I don't need 2 tanks firing at me once. That's for sure. And so now that he's got a gun disabled, he actually won't turn to fire on me. So you can just take these guys out piecemeal if you really, really need to. And we're going to leave those other guys there. They should feel, you know, kind of lucky that I'll let them go. And I mean, just to do it. Things explode in this game real pretty, as we saw in the previous mission, and they just fall apart really nicely. They revamped the destruction system in the game from Battlefield 4 to be, let's say, a bit more towards the Battlefield Bad Company 2 version.
Main road, just past it.
Sorry for talking over Townsend and Edwards and everyone here, but they're not going to really say anything that's super important here actually. Just because, well, frankly, we're going from point A to point B. There's a story in this game. I mean, obviously there's a story here.
Staging area. The retake come right. So we drive straight through. And what? Let them surprise everyone at the rendezvous. So what's the plan? We have to take the initiative. If we hit them hard and fast here, we can make a difference. All right. Let's bloody do it. Right. Keep moving. Keep them confused and off balance and let them realize we're on our own.
So, what you just saw me doing there may have looked kind of weird and bizarre at the time,
Line of sight!
but taking out a couple of these field guns in advance, huge help. Means that I don't have to deal with those and this tank here at the same time. But yes, the destruction system in this game is much improved over the previous games. The fact that you can actually like blow stuff up and run over buildings and everything again is much appreciated. A lot of these maps will look like complete and utter fucking trash by the time you're finished. So it's really nice in that regard. Might actually get out of this fairly unscathed.
Keep me in the light with that light tank!
Now, the issue with the landship version of tanks is that...
We might just boot this up!
Alright, let's get rid of these guys. In multiplayer, at least, people can flank these things very easily because it 100% relies on teamwork, and if you've ever played Battlefield multiplayer, you know that teamwork is like this concept that's completely overpowered but very rarely deployed. So if you have gunners in these things, or you don't have gunners in the sides of the landship, you may be completely and utterly fucked before you even get out of your spawn point. At least in the single player, you don't have to rely on the computer to do a lot of the firing. You can do it yourself, as you can see here. I could exit this tank at any time and actually have the computer do the shooting, but let's not do that. That's a really bad idea.
Shooting my manners!
And gunning down these guys. Hey, how you doing? Probably don't need to tell him where that went. The enemy AI is just not very smart, so they'll fire on you when they have no chance of doing any damage to you. Really, the only threat you have are the field guns, the occasional anti-tank grenade, and the light tanks and heavy tanks that the game throws at you. And you... fucking textures and shit. You don't see too many of those throughout the entire game.
Toast that!
Ah.
Gun ready!
So you can see right here what your typical landship has to do is they have to kind of aim at you. And this guy has unfortunately made the decision to keep aiming at me with the side of his tank that can't shoot at the moment, so he's there should be one more light tank in the area. I can hear it now.
We're good to go!
Hey.
Good shooting for manners!
Oof.
I'll get knocked out!
We're gonna actually take this moment to refill our health.
Coming in! Let's just hightail it for Cambrai! Straight down the main road!
That's exactly where they'll be coming from. Edwards, find us a position so we can hit them when they arrive.
And I'm going to show you the spot I go to when I have to play this mission. It's right up here. And I'm going to use this little wall here as a bit of cover as tanks come in. And then I'm going to fall back a bit. Looks like we got 1, 2, 3 light tanks. And you can see very distantly a couple artillery trucks. Those are not concerning. The artillery trucks, they can be a problem, but
Bloody good hits!
they won't be as much of an issue as the light tanks if they get into the city.
Little Willie still moving!
Alright, because the artillery trucks take, if you hit them, one fucking shot. But because I suck at this game. They're actually troop transports, I guess. They just use the artillery truck texture. Hold on. Like I've said before, infantry, not that concerning.
Trying to get the armor.
Ooh, that guy just got disabled. His track's gone, so he's just not doing anything for a second.
All right, keep your hats on, lads.
What we need to do now is make sure that the other vehicles do not get around us. Hey. Looks like that tank's starting to get into the map. Now, you didn't see it, but I did tag all of the tanks as they came in, so I do know where they are.
Hit him again!
What we don't want to do is, at the health I have right now, I do not need 2 tanks shooting at me and being able to hit me at
Keep
once.
us moving! McManus, wait for a clear shot! 3-1 has to count!
Unfortunately, that's exactly where I am. Done. He's stuck too, so I'm actually good here. Though I did only kill 2 light tanks and 1 artillery truck. There we go.
That counterattack wasn't as stiff as it could have been. There'll be more to come.
Then we dig in here and fight.
Let's get Bess doing what she does best.
Yeah, that means repairing. So right there.
Good God! A7Vs! Make it count, McManus!
There's 2 of those. Any damage we can do now is optimal. Fuck. Doing almost nothing there. The weird thing about the A7Vs, at least in multiplayer, is that they will sometimes just have shells bounce off of them. So you have to kind of be smart about where you hit them. I want to kill this one before he gets here. There it goes.
Bastard!
This is why I like this spot. You get a pretty good view of everyone coming down the road. You can hit them before they get into the town. And then you can switch over. Ah, fuck it.
Good range!
Just start nailing these guys. Now, there is the ability to take out their main cannon, but this guy's stuck. He's not going anywhere. He's not shooting anything. I can just nail this person all day.
Burn, you Jerry bastards!
So yeah, I suggest gaming the system as much as possible whenever you play any game. And that's exactly what I just did there. So, yeah. This last stand, this last fight, is not overly difficult. I don't want to pretend that it is on normal difficulty, at least. Done. Oh? Oh. Really now? I must have missed one when he was on his way in.
Moving outwards!
And let's just hit him right in the turret. That should... Done.
Jerry bastard! We only bloody did it, boys!
You did it, girl!
Next stop, Camper.
Sir,
Edwards, get moving. Oh no. Don't you go thinking you can drop dead on us now. I'm fine, boys. Just tired from all the fun. Come on now.
All right.
Artillery!
Drive.
Well, that's gonna go poorly. So you may have missed it because they don't say it, but you have to get out of the tank here or the game will not progress. So let's do that.
Are you okay, Edward?
So, what do we do now, driver?
We walk.
Oh, load times. Alright, so that is going to do it for that episode and for this war story. You can see here, I hit a challenge. You can check these things in the, I guess you call it the start menu. If you hit escape, you can see all this stuff. I'm not really jumping out of tanks to pick up, field manuals in that last chapter. So I missed those. I miss them in a lot of chapters here. You can see actually this chapter and this chapter are all tank, so I had none of them. But yes, that is our first one. I really do like that chapter. It's a pretty good one. You go through a bit of the tank stuff. It doesn't really get too old or too boring. You can go loud if you want to in the stealth sections. It's overall pretty good. Next time, we're going to be going into our airplane segment of the game, and that's pretty fun, though it does work differently, and I have to play the airplane stuff with a controller, to be honest with you. So, I will see you then. Bye.